Hello, you beautiful nerds of the world, Taurock at your service, and welcome to a very special reaction of Death Battle. I know I say that often, that it's not just any Death Battle, but this time's different. Do you want to know the difference? That's right, wait for effect. It's... Hello? What do you mean, overused joke? Since when? 2 years? Oh. Yeah, okay, well, we're gonna keep it simple. Today, we're gonna be reacting Gru from Despicable Me versus Megamind from Minions. I mean, yeah, that's the title. I mean, what the fuck is up with that? Stop! I feel like I've done this joke already. This episode was... it's been a long time coming. It's one of the matchups that we... didn't reach actually back during the Kickstarter campaign, but that Death Battle decided, you know what? Death Battle is saved, screw it, let's do it anyway. And honestly, it's one of the matchups I've been looking forward the most out of all the matchups we got from the Kickstarter. Besides Bowser vs. Eggman, this was this is my personal very close second. Not necessarily because I'm very deeply connected. Not necessarily because I have a deep connection with these two characters, but just because, it feels so unique. It's the first time we have a proper Death Battle that is fully, good old Western animation movies. You know, the classics, like Disney's, the Pixar's, the DreamWorks, the Illuminations, you know, those big animation studios. Now, let's quickly talk about how I know these characters. Like I said, I don't have too much of a connection with these two. I remember watching the original Despicable Me when when it came out, and I think I watched the second one, but it was a long time ago, and I have very little memory of them. Not to mention, I was already 14, 15 when those movies came out, so I was already too old for the Minion craze, you know, when the Minions exploded in popularity. That was... I remember I stayed as far away from these fucking yellow Among Us looking sons of bitches as far as possible. I don't think that's a hot take. I could not stand them. I hate those Facebook memes so much. Besides, I already had my Minions. Megamind is definitely a lot fresher in my mind, considering I didn't watch it when it released back into 2010, but I did watch it when, you know, there was kind of when it was growing a big cult following, and it was kind of resurrected in popularity a few years ago, and I did find my way to rewatch this movie, and yeah, it's an absolute cult classic, and I really love that movie. It's an absolute banger. But aside from that, I didn't watch anything else, and well, considering what came after, you can't really blame me, I think. Oh, and I also watched The Button of Doom, the one true sequel to the Megamind movie. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't really have much to work with when it comes to these two characters, but I'm still familiar enough to, be excited about it. Not to mention, it's one of my favorite kind of matchups where it's between two inventors. So they have, lots of gizmos and lots of doodads and gizmos and thingamabobs to just, throw at each other. They have, so much little mechanical stuff to throw at each other. It's just I don't know. I just like this kind of fights where they just come up with some ridiculous weapons. As to who I think would win, boy, I don't know. I will obviously be I'll be rooting for Megamind. He's definitely my favorite of the two, but I feel like this is gonna turn to Gru's favor, by a large margin. Because they both have ways to instantly, they both have tools and gadgets to instantly debilitate the other and like win the day instantly. They have so much trump cards. I think they have so much trump cards they can throw at each other. But I think what pushes it in, what balances it out in Gru's favor, in my opinion, is it's both his physical advantage and minions. I think the minions are just way too much for Megamind to handle. A lot of them are ultimately going to die, and I hope a lot of them do during the fight, but I think they're way too reliable. They're too tough, they're too reliable, they can handle some of Gru's weapons, like, they can mix and match, they have their own powers, like, they have their own bullshit powers, like, I feel like it's a bit too much for Megamind to handle. I think Megamind would be smarter, despite what Peacock wants you to think. But overall, for now, I don't really know how Megamind nor any of his armies could compared to Gru and the minions. Again, it falls down to the trump cards, but even with those, like, I feel like Gru has a significant advantage to be able to either evade or counter or like block some of or maybe cancel some of Megamind's tricks. I wish it's not the case, but there's only one way to find that out, and it's for me to shut the fuck up and see what Death Battle has to say and have a very fun fight. 3, 2, 1! Let's go! Fight! Ah! Gru versus Megamind!
You either die a despicable villain or live long enough to become an admirable hero.
Let's go!
Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle! Oh, I saw Minion in the animation. This is gonna be fun.
Evil never dies. It merely goes dormant, waiting for a villain to arise and spread its name to the darkest corners of the earth.
Like a man so evil, he cuts in line at the coffee
Freeze
shop
ray.
and makes balloon animals for kids and then pops them in their face. What a despicable man.
The world would surely tremble at his name, Gru.
Really?
Good old Gru.
Just Gru? Doesn't have some sort of stage name or like doctorate or, you know?
Felonious
sometimes you
son
don't
of
need
the
it.
supervillain known as the Bald Terror.
Oh man, he's so dead.
Even as a small child, Gru had big
Bald.
ambitions. He could make rocket bike.
Bald. Just bald. Age 40. He's 2 meters, 210 centimeters. God damn. Family: Lucy, Margot, Edith, Agnes, Felonius Jr. Email baldandbeautiful at grumail.com. Supervillain since 11 years old. Appeared on Ellen, whatever the fuck this is.
Cheese rays and this dog?
And his arsenal grew even more with the help of his new best buddy, Dr. Nefario. See? Now that's a supervillain name. Come on, man.
With
Nah, he
Nefario's
stole
help,
it,
Gru's gadgets,
he stole it
fire
from
gadgets,
Ratchet and Clank.
Flamethrowers, sticky fingers, fantastic entertainment for 2-year-olds, and a fully weaponized airship. Though I must question this thing's aerodynamics.
It's loaded up with wing-mounted machine guns, a rocket thruster that can escape the Earth's atmosphere, and a whole lot of missiles.
Despite the impressive firepower, Gru's go-to weapon seems to be his freeze ray, which can encase most people in ice with a single shot.
With his gadgets and gusto combined, and a little teaching from the School of Villainy, Gru started making strides in the underworld of evil. He swiped the crown jewels when he was only a kid, nabbed the New York City Jumbotron just for fun, and even stole both the Eiffel Tower and the Statue of Liberty.
From
Las
Las
Vegas.
Vegas.
The small
Yeah,
ones.
Gru was bad, but he wasn't good at being bad. A lot of his schemes kind of blew up in his face.
The line dividing genius from moron is a thin one. Just look at us.
Oh yeah, my back hurts from carrying all the genius between us.
Regardless, while Gru may not have been the infamous villain he'd hoped, he did earn the loyalty of a few...
Alright,
Guys.
let's go.
Yeah, guys, like little guys. There's Kevin.
You can't
Bob,
escape it,
Stuart,
Wiz.
Otto,
You have
Billy,
to say their
Larry,
names.
William, Chad.
Oh, the Minions!
Let's
And
go.
that's not just their role, it's the actual name of their species.
Right, the Minions have existed since the dawn of life itself, over 3 billion years ago. and they all follow one instinct: to serve the biggest, baddest, most despicable villain they can find.
T-Rexes, Count Dracula, AI artists,
Ew.
whatever evil they can lay their grubby little eyes on. Or just
Ew,
one eye.
pure
But finding
evil.
their big boss was the easy part. Keeping them, not so much.
The amount of times the minions have incidentally
See, this is
caused
why I
the
hate
death
them.
of their own bosses is staggering.
Then again,
Wait, didn't one of them serve the Queen of England?
well, you know, technically that does mean that this AI artist died. So, rare minion dub?
What about it?
Nothing.
The minions witness Gru's villainy firsthand.
There is no Queen of England.
Would be the next big boss they follow.
It worked out like PB&J, because like Gru, these guys do machines.
The minions invented the fly swatter centuries before humans did.
Damn, oh, Jesus Christ! Wait, that's the names of all the minions? Jesus Christ, the Mega Minions are part of the thing. Part of the fate. Ages from 1 to 3... What is it? Million? No, that's 3 billion years. Jesus Christ, have their own languages in Minionese. Gentlemanly. Axes, brooms, pitchforks, rocket launchers, spears, umbrellas, whisks, pickaxes, mace, chainsaws. Pretty simple.
As do machines.
The minions invented the fly swatter centuries before humans did. They somehow crafted light bulbs and instruments while living in the Arctic. So, naturally, building Gru's absolutely massive evil lair proved a simple task.
They're geniuses. They once pulled off a jailbreak by building a flying machine out of prison outfits, fans, computers, and toilets. Aisle seaters are in shambles right now.
And they're seemingly invulnerable, having been smashed flat, set on fire, and exploded by missiles even inside their own mouths. But also, they're possibly immortal? Kevin here has been around since the dawn of their species, which means Kevin is 3 billion years old.
And
Jesus
their numbers
Christ.
keep increasing. Over 10,000 minions clock into work every day.
And yet, in a real work setting, they'd be fired in minutes.
Oh yeah, there's nothing like a banana, a popsicle, a butt, or anything remotely silly to distract them enough for plans to go off course.
Yeah.
These guys love TikTok.
It's no wonder that, even with thousands of minions at his back, Gru still couldn't cut it as a supervillain. Maybe it was time to hang up the freeze ray for good, but not before taking a chance at his ultimate dream.
The moon!
Easier said than done.
Oh no, really? The moon?
When he couldn't get the shrink ray he needed on his own, Gru required a new, even more despicable weapon.
Children. Specifically adopting 3 girls. And somehow it worked. Crime of the century, here we go.
How tragic that through all the dance recitals and unicorns, Gru discovered the joys of fatherhood.
Oh, story of my life. God, I'm so proud of her. Anyway, out with the villain and in with the bedtime stories.
But even though he turned a new leaf for his daughters, Gru wasn't done commanding his minion army. Now he'd just do it as not a villain, by joining the Anti-Villain League.
The AVL hooked him
Stole
up
the
with
moon. I love how it's written. Punched out a shark, survived being eaten by a shark. Stole the crown jewels of England, tanked a point-blank missile explosion. Minions survived Brad Balthazar's exploding bubblegum balloons. Defeated Vector El Macho, brought Balthazar, Maxime Le Mal, and the Vicious Six. Okay.
Not a villain, by joining the Anti-Villain League.
The AVL hooked him up with lipstick tasers and goop grenades, mini submarines and high-tech cars, and some great date nights with the future Mrs. Gru. Things are looking up, buddy.
5 minions even underwent experimental procedures to become more powerful than before. The Mega Minions.
There
Tail
it is.
stretches. Dave got super strength. Gus got super strength and flight. Sorry, Dave. Jerry became an indestructible brick monster who eats live bombs. He's my favorite. And Mel's new laser eye can blast through the planet and hit a satellite on the other side in less than a second.
Calculating its speed across the Earth, that's 5% the speed of light.
So Bruce's true calling wasn't being a villain at all. He's an anti-villain, and he's good at it too. This guy can dodge heat-seeking missiles and casually punch out a shark in one shot, all because he was in full dad mode.
But the
Hell
most
yeah.
incredible element here is easy to miss. For billions of years, the Minions have had the biological drive to serve the greatest villain they can find. And yet, despite Gru's turn away from villainy, they chose to continue serving him. The Minions' love for Gru is so strong, it overwrote their primordial genetic code.
They still see greatness in him, even now. After all, Felonious Gru will go to the moon and back to keep his family safe. Wait, Kevin, don't touch that button!
Okay, Megamind should be up next, but there is a
Let's
chance
go.
that it got totally nuked by DreamWorks since they hit our preview last week.
Yeah,
Don't worry, we-
fuck you, DreamWorks. Fuck copyright laws. They drive me fucking insane. Cause yeah, like, oh yeah, they're gonna you have to protect the intellectual property. Yeah, sure. I'm sure that the money will be redirected to the artists who worked on Megamind or even Megamind Rules, right? Right? The artists are gonna be paid, right? DreamWorks. Fuck. And Peacock.
Have a plan. You can watch the complete Gru vs. Megamind episode on deathbattle.gg. That's our website. It's linked below.
All right.
It has every episode of Death Battle uncut, unfiltered, uncensored. Even the weird ones.
It's kind of like our own private Patreon with memberships that support the show directly. And for this week, you can get a membership for a month for free by using the code PRESENTATION. All caps, that's
Presentation! Let's
Being a member
go!
gets all sorts of extra goodies and behind-the-scenes stuff, but the
I will
important
try
thing
to
is
get-
you'll be
to
able
get
to
that.
watch the unaltered Gru vs. Megamind episode for free.
So head to deathbattle.gg
All right.
right now. and
We've
use
seen so much
presentation
already.
for
We've
a
seen
free
so
month
much
of
from this
membership.
fight already.
All caps. Remember.
Okay. This already looks peak.
What happens when the villain
Okay,
wins?
let's watch what we
One
can.
dark day, the citizens of Metro City learned the horrifying answer to that question when their hero, their Metro Man, was lost forever. Bested by the fearsome supervillain destined for greatness, Megamind.
Megamind!
As if your rival's name is gonna be that on the nose, you better match that energy. Their feud goes way back to when they escaped their dying planet Superman style and immediately got in each other's way.
While Metro Baby landed in a nice and cozy home, he caused the weird blue kid to crash land in prison and literally grow up behind bars. What kind of city government would make the kid stay in jail?
No, we know. I don't need to say it. We know.
It wasn't as bad as you'd think. He was a perfect fit for the Metrocity prison for the criminally gifted.
Metro City.
But while everyone outside bars loved that new kid who could fly, they weren't too keen on the boy with the big blue head and his constant string of destructive accidents.
So if he was going to be the bad guy no matter
Yeah,
what,
it's that kind
why
of
not
government.
embrace it and become a true supervillain?
Huh, sounds kinda like you. Megamind is a genius inventor,
Bald.
creating weapons to...
Bald again. Real name unknown, age 30, raised in the prison for the criminally gifted. Head is 5.6 larger than that of a human's. Goddamn. Mentored by Machiavellian. Boo! Boo! You didn't teach him shit!
stage prison breaks before he can
Boo!
even talk.
It does sound like me. With a bit of tutoring from Machiavelli.
Whoa! Whoa, this guy!
wrongdoing, he got
Okay, apparently he's kind of like the one thing that is kind of okay from Megamind Rules, but
his
boo!
crime starting career.
You didn't teach him
Facing off with
shit!
his destined rival over and over again.
And Megamind's got everything he needs. An invisible car for getaways, assuming he can find the thing. A hover bike for flying and shooting at the same time, if he can multitask. Lasers, bombs, bubble guns, baseball bats, jet boots, and
The forget me
more
stick.
galore.
But his go-to is the D-gun, a laser pistol with various possible effects, such as destroying, decelerating, demoralizing, de-locking, de-gravity-ing.
I wouldn't expect a guy calling himself Megamind to have the best name ideas. Wiz.
Yeah. The Binky what is this? Blue ion nanokinetic energy. Def Ray satellite, mech suits, Metro Man suit. Porta bazooka, tickle kinesis gloves. Minions, you have the brain bots, minions, aka old chum. We don't talk about it. He's only required by law to be called old chum, but fuck the law. The D-gun, debalance, decelerate, decoupage, deep freeze, degravity, dehydrate, delete, delock, demobilizer, debilitate, demoralize, disintegrate, desticky, destroy.
He probably based the entire thing around his favorite setting, dehydration, which turns people and objects into tiny cubes for easy storage, though they can be returned to normal with a drop of water.
He did keep the whole mind thing running with his horde of henchmen, the Brainbots.
Yeah.
His mini-mechs follow Megamind's every command, even pulling off the most incredible drone show you've ever seen in your life.
Which, according to the director's commentary, is made up of over 100,000 brainbots. Though, ironically, I wouldn't call his brainbots, smart. That designation goes to Megamind's proper minion, Minion!
Minion serves
The real
many
one.
roles for Megamind.
Minion's intelligence is on par with Megamind's. He has recreated the same technology and has even battled equally against him when turned evil. Damn.
Megamind's proper minion, Minion!
Minion serves many roles for Megamind. Sidekick, guy in the chair, awkward sibling relationship despite technically being his pet.
The best fish friend you could have in your
Yeah.
plans to kidnap news reporter Roxanne Ritchie to piss off Metro Man for the 19th time this week. Or for the final time. Children, shield your eyes!
He did it! Thanks to his
did
most
it!
powerful invention of all, an orbital death ray that could shatter mountains, Metro City's hero had fallen. It was Megamind's time to rule.
And he had no idea what to do next. With Metro Man dead, what was even the point?
Clearly, he needed a new superhero to fight, and apparently, he could just make that happen. With his diffuser gun, he injected this loser with Metro Man's DNA, turning him into Metro Man 2.0, Titan.
Megamind even trained him himself.
What
Turning
did
him
they...
into Metro Man 2.0, Titan.
Titan, if you can spell. If you
Megamind
can't
even
spell.
trained him himself, using his disguise generator and expert acting skills. What a performer! But for all his smarts, Megamind is a terrible judge of character. When Titan turned tyrant, Metrocity needed yet another superhero to save it.
Metro City. Thanks to some encouragement from an old friend, rival, who wasn't actually dead at all and just let all of this happen despite having godlike superpowers. Thanks to some encouragement from a very experienced friend, Megamind stepped up to the plate.
Hey, he had the moxie for it. Megamind's tanked explosions and dodged electric blasts. Titan was strong enough to toss around a skyscraper, and Megamind put up a solid fight with his mech armor.
A suit specifically designed to mimic the pilot's movements, whether it be lamppost sword fighting, busting a move, or being surprisingly stealthy.
And with quick thinking and some hench help, Megamind taught Titan a lesson he knew all too well. The bad guy always loses.
So the city decided to just forgive Megamind of all his years of terror and destruction and call him their superhero. I guess they didn't really have any better options.
Hey, Megamind took his new role as the city's hero seriously. He even
Hey,
built a
Button of
suit that
Doom.
mimicked Metro Man's strength, flight, and X-ray vision.
Let me see. Vaporized the building, dodged electricity, turned the Atlantic Ocean into jello. His binky destroyed a 10-mile wide meteor. Technologically raised all of Metro City into space. Suits survived hits from Metro Man and Titan. In another timeline, a reformed Titan and the Doom Syndicate defeated Titan, the Doom Syndicate, Machina villain? Isn't that Machiavellian? Anyway, psychedelic.
Now, the D-gun is used to make runaway bad guys lose their balance and get caught. His portal bazooka is excellent for saving people from out-of-control cars. And while the Death Ray might not have been a hero killer, it's certainly great at blowing up giant evil robots.
And Minion was all for it.
Actually, once they went nice, Minion had to legally change his name to Old Chum because of some other Minion-related thing.
What? You mean the yellow guys?
No, I mean they got a cease and desist from Mr. Minion's Meatsicles.
Sounds delicious. I'm still gonna call him Minion. You can't
Hell
break
yeah.
up this duo.
Even as Megamind uses his tools for good, destruction still tends to be inevitable. To the point that, as the new mayor of Metro City and his new partner, Roxanne instated a policy that anyone inconvenienced by a Megamind battle would receive a free cup of coffee. That sounds horrifically ripe for corruption.
So that's why there's so many Starbuckses everywhere. The brain bots are covering all the cleanup. It's a messy job being a superhero, but Megamind's finally found his purpose, even saving the city from the Doom Syndicate, which is like 6 of him.
Though not without some self-induced difficulty. You have an instant wind gun on your hip. Use it!
Hey, with girlfriend, sidekick, and adoring fans to keep it
Yeah.
going, it doesn't matter what sort of danger comes to town. Megamind will always rise up as the defender of Metrocity.
It's
Metro
City!
Oh god. Oh, okay. I'm going to need to rewatch this this little rundown before I come up with a prediction because I haven't seen too much that lets me predict the thing. So I'm gonna rewatch this part first. I'll be right back. See you in a 1, 2, 3. All right. Prediction time. I didn't take a lot of notes. So the minions are definitely an incredible asset for Gru. Not only do they have the oomph to kind of match. They would have the oomph to kind of match Megamind, even with the Metro Man suit. They are incredibly experienced, and I don't know if Megamind has anything silly enough to distract them. Not to mention the minions have like overwrote their like genetic disposition to serve Gru. They just like Gru so much that they go against their own genetic code, sort of which. So it's going to be hard for Megamind to sway them, even with things like the Disguise Watch and his incredible acting performances. I feel like some of the minions are going to be a bit tougher. Megamind does sound faster because he is able to dodge lightning bolts as opposed to regular, like the rockets, the ballistic rockets. I don't know how faster he is compared to the super minion's laser, that pierced into the earth at 5% the speed of light. I don't remember how fast lightning is. If I remember, it's like 1%, so maybe not. But he may be faster than Gru himself. Gru's definitely strong and tougher than like average Megamind. But like with the Metro Man suits and with like some of his mech and Metro Man suits, maybe it would definitely turn the tide. I mean, it all comes to like the trump card with the demoralizer, the freeze rays, the demoralizers, the minions, the brain bots. Maybe Minion is enough of a... maybe Minion, the Megamind one, is enough of a teammate that could have some good plays. He could have some genius plays. I think Megamind is a bit smarter when it comes to his planning and whatever. I think he would have more chances at using his game-ending tech, like the dehydration, the dehydration, like the delete setting, the thing to demoralize. He seems to have more things to control, like to warp stuff around, like the degravitify. But I just think Gru has a bit more firepower under his belt, and definitely the experience of the minions is definitely something to it's definitely something to consider. Like, the minions are kind of busted. And, like, Gru has some trump cards in his on his own belt. Like, one of the super minions' lasers. There's... I wouldn't consider the Freeze Ray a trump card, but, like, the Shrink Ray could be a good asset. Actually, I'm rethinking about it, and I didn't see that much. I'm thinking about it, but I didn't see that much trump card on the side of... aside from, like, maybe the big laser from the Super Minion. Shit. Do I need to rewatch this? I thought Gru would have a bit more of it would have more of a physical advantage than I thought, but with things like the Metro Man suit, that could change? I don't know. Maybe it's because I didn't see that much math. I didn't see that much math regarding like both Gru or Megamind. They seem to be keeping a lot of those under wrap for like their conclusions, and I don't really know what to think of that, because like that would actually give me an idea what kind of explosion we're dealing with for both Megamind and Gru, or like the minions. I feel like the minions should be on par with whatever Metro Man or Titan have done. I feel like they might be a bit faster considering dodging lightning or versus like the Minion's laser. Despite okay, I need to restart a few. I need to go back to a few things. Despite the lot of trump cards that Megamind has, it's not sure that a lot of them would work on the minions, especially like any mind trick or like demoralize thing. It's possible. Well, it's possible he could find a way to distract the minion and prove them incompetent enough, but like the minions are still like incredibly experienced and incredibly like might be like they might be smart on par with Guru when it comes to inventions and stuff like that, on the same way that Minion is. They're just like easily distracted. So I'm not sure how Megamind can get rid of the minions, like at least like effectively. I know that the brain bots are, I think, 10 times more brain bots than there are of minions. So he could match them, but I don't know if they're going to. I don't know if the brain bots are nowhere near as efficient as the minions. But Megamind, what makes me hopeful is that Megamind has a bit more tricks and more tricks to just like get rid of Guru or the minions, like immediately, you know, with his D gun. This sounds way too. I don't want to. I don't know why. Something in me doesn't want to say Megamind, even though I want to say Megamind would win. But I feel like Gru's got something that I didn't pay attention enough to. And Death Battle didn't, and like the rundown didn't give me enough material to run with outside of just like the general story of these characters. Like I haven't seen any big math. I have to assume Gru might be faster because of the 5% speed of light. Or maybe maybe Megamind's faster with dodging lightning. I don't really remember how much speed it was compared to light. Compared to light speed, like in terms of percentage. Can I do some math real quick? Speed of lightning percentage speed of light. Okay, no. Yeah, okay, lightning bolts are like nowhere near as like even 1% the speed of light. Okay, I wanted to confirm that. So Gru's definitely faster. Yeah, I feel like no, never mind. I feel like Gru might take this. Gru might be a bit faster actually. Gru and the minions might be a bit faster. Yeah, never mind. I'm going to go with Gru. I think he has many ways, despite Megamind having more trump cards, Gru has many ways to counter those trump cards. You know what I mean? So it's possible for Gru to just power through it. For Gru and his minions to just power through it. I want to believe in Megamind. Like, Megamind, please win. I have a suspicion, but I also, like, feel like Gru still got this. I am going with Gru with an asterisk. Please Megamind win. Okay, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Finally! It's time!
The combatants are set, and we've run the data
for all possibilities. It's time for a death battle! Oh, this fight's gonna be so good!
Minions, prep the artillery. We're not letting them get away.
Let's go!
Ooh, and here I thought it was the hero who chases the bad guys. Ha!
Fight! I mean, they were already fighting, but you know. Uh-oh.
Minion, I'm going to need a new pair of pants.
Yes, sir. Sending you the Sunday Best package.
Hell yeah, Minion!
Take this!
Let's go! It's time. There we go. I should have said it here. Fight, Frieza!
Color scheme. Strength ray. Henchmen who look the same. Laser gun. My genius weaponry. You are suddenly a real supervillain.
Ah, that's cool.
You're just missing one thing.
Presentation!
And what might that be? Presentation!
Let's fucking go.
Assemble and start the music.
Let's go! Alright, Minion.
Oh, check that mark in the morning. No, hey, we just fixed that. Come on, sir, smash him. Oh, hey, that's kind of cute. You dare challenge Megamind in my own monstrosity? Do you even know who I am?
Well, life is full of disappointments.
Hey!
Uh-oh, there he is.
Now, as you like to say,
Gun! If you're going to steal my lines, at least do it properly.
Okay. Okay, they have a counter for the dehydration gun. Oh no!
Okay, thank you for the help.
Oh no.
Minion, is the death ray ready?
Approaching. Getting there. Almost. Kinda. Maybe. On the way. Yes.
Fire!
Oh no.
Whoa.
Yep. Yep, he destroyed the satellite.
Oh, Roxanne's gonna kill me.
Yep. Come on.
This villain. The good guys always win. This is how it's really done. Dehydration gun.
Villain! You mean... Oh, wait a minute. This is all a big misunderstanding.
Ow.
Huh? Oh, work is going to kill me for this.
I guess that's 2 for Gru, 0 for Will Ferrell.
With so many chaotic factors in this fight, it can get overwhelming trying to keep track of them all.
So we'll break it down 3 ways.
Yeah, you tell me.
Arsenal, minions, and skill.
In terms of weapon versatility, Megamind definitely had much more to use. The D
Yeah.
alone had enough effects to match what Gru could do with nearly his whole kit. Throw in disguise generators, invisible cars, portal bazookas, and it's a lot for Gru to handle.
Just one problem. Megamind might have had variety, but Gru's weaponry was far stronger in scope. Sure, Megamind's death ray could blow up a mountain, but Gru's shrink ray could take out
Oh yeah, and there's the shrimp.
And is much easier to
The
use
moon.
on top of it.
I forgot
Frankly,
that-
much
I
of
forgot about
Megamind's
that.
deadliest weaponry would have little effect anyway.
Machiavellian used Megamind's Binky to destroy a meteor with a 10-mile diameter. However, the moon has a diameter over 2,000 and 2,100 miles, proving Gru's weaponry has a much higher scale of effect.
Easier to use on top of it. Frankly, much of Megamind's deadliest weaponry would have little effect anyway.
Check this out. When Gru first tried to get the shrink ray, he triggered a missile trap so explosive it created a mushroom cloud. Based on the size of the blast, that's about 4 kilotons of TNT.
Yeah.
And all those missiles fired at him from point-blank range.
Shockingly, that's about 38 times greater than Megamind's orbital death ray.
Damn.
And Gru kind of just walked it off. Megamind's mecha suit suit could take big hits like that, but Megamind himself? No.
So Megamind would have a hard time blowing him up, but he could still dehydrate him, disintegrate him, freeze him, or even just turn off his gravity and send him flying into space, right?
Sure, though Gru does have some similar weaponry. As far as arsenal is concerned, Gru could take out Megamind through sheer firepower, but Megamind could potentially counter with the D-Gun's effects. It's
So,
a
Ty?
whoever shoots first wins situation. Their arsenals match up fairly evenly.
But these guys aren't alone. Let's cover Gru's minions and Megamind's
Minions.
Minions.
1-to-1, one of Gru's minions was certainly more likely to take out a brainbot. Sure, minions may have the attention span of an iPad kid, but they can effortlessly hack, dismantle, and rewire most machines, like, you know, Megamind's brainbots.
And they
Yeah, brainbots have been successfully reprogrammed by others with less experience than the minions, so they should be able to as well.
just won't die. Certainly nothing the brainbots have can take them out. For all we know, the minions may be completely indestructible.
To be fair, maybe one brainbot doesn't stand a chance against one minion, but there are far more brainbots than minions in total, 10 times more, and the brainbots are a much more organized and focused unit.
Compared to the vanilla minions, maybe. But the Mega Minions are
Yeah.
strong enough to rip and chomp through metal like wet paper. Aunt Mel's got a history of destroying satellites with a laser beam strong enough to cut through the Earth, so it's bye-bye Death Ray.
But we can't ignore the most competent minion of them all, Minion, or Megamind's minion, Old Chum.
He's way more competent than Dr. Navario, can operate all the tech like the mech suit used to fight Titan, and can match Megamind's brains and style beat for beat. Remember that whole presentation bit in the movie? Yeah, that wasn't Megamind.
that's him.
That was Minion.
While Megamind's army lacks the power of, say, the Mega Minions, having a second in command who's just as smart and capable as him makes up for it, making a battle of their underlings too close to call.
So, if neither of them
God
has
damn.
a clear edge in weaponry or their henchmen, what matters most isn't the tools themselves, but how good or bad they are at using them. It all comes down to skill.
Both Gru and Megamind have their share of less than genius moments and bad luck, but even in the face of things gone wrong, Gru tends to fail upwards, still ultimately completing his missions, unlike Megamind, who tends to fail much harder before he learns how to succeed.
And we love him for it. It's not like Gru has to put up with Elvis Superman, but even during their villain phases, Gru found some success, unlike Megamind.
Who also has a bad habit of not using his weapon effectively. Like never using the
Fuck.
D-Gun against the Doom Syndicate. Either because he can get easily flustered, or he just loves showing off. So
Fuck
it's
you,
more likely
Megamind
Gru
rules.
could succeed in a whoever shoots
Fuck
first
this-
wins
fuck
quick draw
this
situation
series.
with their arsenals.
Quick Draw is right. Megamind dodging electric blasts is
Okay.
impressive, clocking in around half the speed of sound.
But it pales in comparison to Gru piloting
Yeah.
hypersonic ships into space
Him
and
being
dodging
faster.
heat-seeking missiles at Mach 10, meaning he is fast enough to win that quick draw. Gru takes skill, which finally tips the scales. After a nail-biting back and forth, he has just enough to land the winning blow first, more often than not.
Sorry, Megamind. I think you losing was a monstrosity.
It's Metro's... I trust... The winner is Felonious Gru.
Okay, that was definitely a unique fight. It was incredibly banter focused compared to most fights. Like it was like I loved the exchange between the two, like criticizing their villain tricks and whatever. If you're gonna steal my punchlines, you better do it like at least do it right. It was so fun. Okay, there's one thing I need to address though. We need to talk about the elephant in the room. Gru's model. It's people have been blowing this. People have been making this more of a problem than it needed to be, than it needs to be. But my opinion, it does look off. It does look a little bit off. And I was trying during that time. I was trying to figure out like what was wrong with it, and I think it's a mix of two factors. First point, this is a bit of a me. You know, he's a bit too upright. Most part of the fight. I haven't watched enough Despicable Me to know if this is like too much of a problem, because I've seen scenes where he is upright, so I don't know if it's as much of a problem. But like whenever I think of Gru, it's always like you see a bit more of his back. But even when you face him, you see a bit of his back like at the same level of his head. But that's my personal take on it. I'm as someone who has only seen a couple clips from Despicable Me to really to really matter. The second point, and I think that's the real reason Guru's model looks a bit off. His torso is way too small. Like I've seen, like I've watched clips from Despicable Me and stuff like that. In reference for my the art of my thumbnail. Go follow me on Blue Sky and DeviantArt. By the way, I post the HD version of those thumbnails there. So you know, from what I could gather, Guru's torso is enormous. Like, you've heard about, like, hourglass body type. Guru is a wine glass. He is 60%, like, torso. Like, his shoulders feel way too small. Or, it's not that they're too small, it's that they're too close to his neck, you know? Like, his torso feels too normal compared to regular Guru. And that's what's personally throwing me off a little bit. But yeah, that's the thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to Guru's model. I needed to address it because, like, people have been making this a bit of a. I've been blowing this out of proportion on social media, and I feel like I needed to talk about it a little bit. And you know, I had my own thoughts about it. God, this Brainbot show is also really good. It does look a little cheap, like you can very much see that these are like. This is like the actual Megamind model with like little dots topped on top of it. You know, nothing too shabby, but it does look like it does look convincing enough. There's a really cool shot. And throw the music. Minions is really well animated. I think he's very fun in that fight. Despite him not doing too much on the field, but there's a lot of you can see a lot of bonus clips, which I like. I'm not sure what to think about the end, about the finale of the fight. You know, the death of Megamind, because like, you know, it's a bit abrupt. Like, I get the joke, I get the joke, and it's very funny, and I do like the fact that I do like Megamind like understanding this is a misunderstanding and stuff like that. It's kind of sad at some points. But it's very sudden, you know? I also like the parallels. Again, the banter is so fun. I don't know what to think of how the fight ends, but it's still very funny. I still get the plan. I still get what was on paper, and it's very funny. Don't know about the execution and how it makes me feel about like Megamind dying, you know? I was expecting maybe something a bit more bombastic, but also this fight is incredibly chaotic. Like they said, there's plenty of things that could just end it, but you know. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's another point I wanted to talk about since the sneak peek, because everyone's been on about Guru's model since the sneak peek. There's something that that the people haven't addressed. And which I think is both disappointing and also fair, and it's Luis as the minions. During the sneak peek, I wanted to talk about it. During when the sneak peek was shown, like Luis did a terrible minion impression. Again, like I said, I've seen clips of Despicable Me for reference to my fan art. I've seen how the minions talk, and it's and Luis is doing a weird, like, it's just gibberish. That's not how Minionese sound. Minionese is actually, it is targeted. You can't just go blah 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 banana. You know, it's focus. And I'll tell you what, maybe it's the no duh of the century. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, or maybe I cracked the code, but I want to talk about it. Minions, it's a mix of French gibberish and food pronounced in French. Like, when I watched those clips, I couldn't help but notice they were speaking in, like, all sorts of foods. Like, that's what they do. Because that's what the minions do. They don't speak in gibberish, they speak in food, but spoken in French. So that's the direction that should have been taken, and Luis is doing a terrible minion. But I also didn't hear a whole lot about the minion in this fight. Like, they're so mixed together that you don't even pay attention to it. but I wanted to bring attention to it anyway, because that's the thing I wanted to talk about since the sneak peek, but everyone is so focused on Gru's model that they completely ignored this point, which, you know what, fair. Otherwise, the fight is really fun. Not as much, again, I'm a big fan of, not much, again, I'm a big fan of people using a lot of arsenals during the fight, of a lot of abilities being thrown into the fight. But this one seems to be a bit slower focused, like a bit, again, it's a very banter focused, so I can understand why there wasn't like that much, you know, gadgets and guns thrown into it. But like I guess the essential is there, you know. It definitely looks cheaper than other 3D fights compared to like Ash versus Yugi, Dante versus Clive. I would say even Master Chief versus Doomslayer looked better, you know. But it gives me a bit of this. I can look past it. I assume they had to make the models from scrap, because I don't know if there's a lot of model you can work with. For example, Gru's model. I don't even know if this isn't like from a game or something. So like, I don't even know that. I can look past it because it's very nostalgic. It reminds me of old death battles, like Wolverine versus Raiden or Dante versus Bayonetta, where it was, you could feel something was a bit cheap, but it was still like, there was still so much love into it that you just like, you could look past it. I don't know what to think about the rundown and analysis. It was very well edited, but I also, they also don't give you much to work with, like when it comes to their full potential. You have to wait until the conclusion to really get some juicy stats and how things work and whatnot. So it is kind of unfortunate. I would like to see. I like to see like at least something I can work a prediction with during the rundown. Instead of having to wait for the full conclusion, where they can actually go in depth into these sort of things. Yeah. But okay. But no. But you know, I'm actually running. I'm running out of things to say. Still very fun fights. Again, the banter was peak. Both characters I think were well portrayed. I think both voice actors did an incredible job at this, and they did some good job. They did some excellent job as always, and God, that was so fun. Again, it was so fun. Makes me. Even the bad aspect of this fight makes me feel a bit nostalgic that I can look past it. It's very funny. It's all you can expect from Gru and Megamind, honestly. And you know what? I think that's what matters. That was a great fight. And possibly, I want to say maybe my favorite of this season so far. Overall, despite its fallings, I've enjoyed that one a lot. Maybe it's fighting. Maybe it's between this and Bakugo versus Reize for me as like favorite episode of the season so far. But you know what? Screw it. I need. This is one of those fights where I think I need time to really like let my opinion boil in the microwave of evil. Anyway, let's see who's next. 3, 2, 1. Next time on Death Battle!
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Yuji versus Denji. That's their name, right? I would be excited about this, like very hyped about this, if we didn't have like the Bakugo versus Reize debacle from last month. You know what I mean? Like, I'm excited. I'm excited to see Denji, especially. I don't care that much about Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't really care about Chainsaw Man. I still haven't watched it, but I still haven't watched anything. I still haven't watched that Rize movie, but and I want to be excited about Chainsaw Man because like he's a guy with fucking chainsaws. Like that's so fucking cool. But given that this is the second Chainsaw Man we had, not in a row, but like so soon after Rize, after the whole Rize debacle, it kind of kills my hype a little bit. It is kind of I'm feeling a bit I want to be hyped about this because this seems to be still a pretty cool fight. And like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man seem to be very comparable universes from what I learned from Gojo vs Makima. But like, I think I've had enough Chainsaw Man for the year, and so this is very unfortunately timed. This. Oh boy. Oh well. We're doing Chainsaw Man again, I guess. Well, if you want to see that, my reaction to that nonetheless, subscribe to maybe see the next reaction. If you like this one, don't forget to leave it a like, leave it a like, maybe share it to your friends, your families, your foes. I realize I am spitting like a motherfucker. But hey, if you want less of that, comment what you thought about it on the stuff bottle. I really have nothing. But yeah, that was Taurock at your service, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. Alright. Well, that was a good reaction, you know. I'm okay, I'm gonna stretch a bit. Take this. And boop. No, boop. There you go. Now we've got all the resources we need. I might have. How long is it? Oh, I have 4 hours. That's fine. Oh my God! They're